So just doing a quick recap for the month end. So we've had a ripping month this month of July, and wow, what can I say? It's just been ripping across the board. Very rarely do you get conditions like this in on such a consistent basis. It's just been a feast of trades right across the board, from forex to commodities to indices to what you name it, fixed income. It's just been awesome, really. The type of market action we've been getting has been very tradable, which is right up my street, and I've done extremely well in July. I've made a lot of advances in my trading on the real short-term stuff, so it's been a great month, and I've got a lot to show. I wish people were more interested in what I was showing, but unfortunately people seem to be more interested in entertainment than to actually learn anything about trading. That's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way that's just human nature. So all I can do is show what I do, and maybe someone will get something out of it if they come across it, come across what I'm talking about. But otherwise, I don't really give a shit. If nobody wants to know what I'm talking about, that's fine. I'm just recording it for my own interest as well, so I don't really give a shit if people listen to me or not. That's fine. If you want to be a slave to the system and work for a boss or whatever, some people like that. That's fine. I don't personally. But I'm not going to try and drag people kicking and screaming into trading when they just been conditioned. The mindset of people is just, I've had a lot of people just being energy vampires. I've had to cut a lot of people off from just communicating with me because they're just shitting me. Like, I can't cope with people. They're just really draining. People can be very draining, and it's the worst thing when you're trying to trade, like people trying to be negative and, oh, the coronavirus, oh, what are we going to do? And this is how they've sort of tied themselves to this fear and greed cycle where they just, I can't deal with people like that, so I had to just sort of sever ties with a few people over the recent months, which is okay, because and I've also helped out a lot of people too, which have been good to me. So I've tried to help out a lot of people that in my circle that have been doing it tough, and I've looked after people with. I've got a lady cooking my meals for me, and she's really enjoying that. She's earning more now than what she was when she was working, so. And look after people like that who've done the right thing by me, and everybody else can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Without further ado, let's get on with the watch list here. So let's see here, there's a double bottom here we had at the end of June. It rallied on to a nice rally here, and now we've got a consolidation again on the 4-hour SPY here. So that was good, very, very nice setup that was, and did very well with that. I've been trading weekly options a lot, which is something that's been new to me too, so I'm always pushing the boundaries to see what I can do. Not about making money, it's about trading well. I don't really care about, I've passed the point now where I'm not building up my account anymore. I'm in what I call the maintenance phase. I've just got to not lose money, and I whatever. I'm at a point now where I don't really need to worry about money anymore. So, and I've got investors that I'm trading for as well. So I want to do the best I can for them. So they're extremely happy with what the returns they're getting. So I offered for them to withdraw their initial deposit from their account, and they said no, they don't want to withdraw any money from the account. So they're obviously extremely happy, and they pay me a performance bonus which I didn't ask for. So this is what good people do. So I wish I could take on more investors, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to. So that's just the way it goes. So let's have a look at QQQ. It's been huge. QQQ. Look at this from the bottom here. It's just ripped. It's unbroken on the daily. It's been great trading on the Qs. It's an overhang on this is what I call an overhang on the 4 hour here. So it's in a consolidation on the daily. We've got an overhang on the 4 hours. So we're just seeing what happens here. People are just waiting to see what the Fed's next move is going to be, because the Fed has obviously been the main driver in the market. So not trading this at the moment, just seeing what it does and seeing what this consolidation does. It's got to break out one way or the other first, and then I'm going to hit it again when we get confirmation. As you can see on the daily here, the MACD is in divergence. So let's see. The VIX has been on this support here on the daily and the 4 hour. So that's not giving us any indication of it, either bullishness or bearishness. It's just neutral at the moment. So we've got to be mindful of all the evidence. We don't want to look at just one evidence. We want to combine all the evidence. The dollar index has just been absolutely smashed. And that's made for some absolutely, like, when you get these sort of conditions in Forex, it's absolutely bloody awesome trading Forex when it's got momentum. Oh my God, you go through periods in Forex where you think, oh God, this is going to grind on forever, and then it just rips, and you've got to be ready got to take advantage of these moves when they happen, and as I have been, and geez, it's been a feast of trades in Forex. Oh my God, it's been just absolutely awesome in July. So June and July particularly. June and July have been awesome months in Forex. With the decline in the dollar like this, it's at a critical point, the US dollar at the moment. So TLT has been rising, so that there's a lot of safe haven buying there in TLT. So it's been good. It's been good. TLT's been good in June and July as well, with the decline in the dollar, of course. It's a pairs trade. Junk. The Fed's been buying junk, which is largely what's been holding up the market, and that's been a great statement. Junk has. Doesn't seem to be showing any signs. Found a bit of resistance here at this resistance from back here in June. It pushed through that. I thought that might have been a point there, and I was going to be looking for reaction from the stocks from SPY. I thought we might have got a reversal here, but we pushed through it. So trade accordingly to the evidence, not what you think is going to happen, what's actually happening on the evidence. That's the most important thing. Oil's been good. Oil broke down here from this consolidation here. It broke above this was 61.8 retracement here, 61.8 Fibo to this line here it was. And it just slightly broke above that, and then it failed back, and you see the MACD diverging down here, so on the daily, so that was a sign that most likely not going to hold there, and the trend is still held up on the daily, but I expect this trend could fail here. We could be off to the downside with the just the second wave of corona and that hitting across the world, and I think we could get a fair bite at this again to the downside. It's going to be good because I want to have another go at this to the downside. And gold's been awesome, of course. Gold's just been on fire. I don't trade gold itself. I trade the GLD and SLV, silver and gold ETFs with options. It's been going awesome. And I trade the leveraged ETFs as well. And silver's SLV's been going awesome. That's pulled back. Got out of the opt calls on that, and just seeing what happens now with SLV calls. But geez, I've had some bloody fun trading this. Oh my god! If only I could get through to people how to use options properly. It's just once you get how options work, there's no looking back. But it's very hard to get people to sort of look at it properly. But anyway, nothing I can do about that. I show people what I do, and if they don't pick up on what I'm saying, there's nothing I can do about that. Copper's coming off on the 4 hour here, but the daily's still holding up. So copper's been a gauge of inflation for many, I don't know, probably ever since copper was first mined. It's been a gauge of inflation and expectations, and now the inflation expectations seem to be dropping off again with the second wave coming through. So inflation seems, there's always been these hopes of reigniting inflation, then it always seems to go tits up after this central bank intervention. Japan for decades has been trying to ignite inflation. They haven't been successful, so I don't see how any of the Western economies are going to ignite inflation by using the same methods as what Japan did. But anyway, we'll see what happens. That remains to be seen. But I'm just trading it as it comes. So that's been an interesting one. And the Nikkei, that's put in a reversal on the daily here. The Nikkei has. So that's a good one. That's a nice one to trade the Nikkei, especially on the downside. The Nikkei rips to the downside, so that's a good one to trade with options. The Nikkei is, and the DAX is also one of my favourites. The DAX has put in a daily reversal here, and that's looking nice. Jeez, it was a good run. I had a great run on this to the upside too, and it's looking like the wave 2 is biting into Europe again, as it is here, and looks like we're going to get some good action to the downside here, but it's hard to say what the extent of it, the downside's going to be, but certainly showing up now. Bund has been really excellent. Bund is a safe haven play, so when the Bund is up, it means there's general fear out there. Most Bunds, I think, one of the most liquid assets, if not, I don't know whether it's certainly in the top. I think it's in the top 3 of the most liquid traded assets or something like that. But the Bund is a good one, and it's broken out of this consolidation here. So the Bund is excellent. Emerging markets, another sign of inflation. So it's going to be interesting to see if emerging markets hold up. The emerging markets go up when the dollar's down, obviously. So, because they're commodity-based markets, so emerging markets are. So, when commodities are up, inflation, that's usually seen as an inflation indicator. So we'll see if the emerging markets hold up or if they collapse over. And cryptos have been awesome. Bitcoin, I don't trade Bitcoin, but I trade the altcoins, and they've been going. It's been an awesome month. In July, Ethereum just been absolutely bonkers. I've had some great trades in crypto. Litecoin is one that I do trade, and it's been awesome. So quietly, nobody's talking about cryptos yet, so in the general public. So it'll be interesting to see if it sort of gains any popular attention again in the general sort of people sort of get onto the hype again. Maybe it's going to be interesting to see what point that kicks in again, if it does. But it could be short-lived as well. We don't know yet. But I'm not a long-term holder. I'm a short-term trader, so I don't really care about the long-term. Where it's going to be in 12 months' time is of no interest. It's no interest to me whatsoever. But we can see on the weekly that the weekly has given us a rally like what we got back here, and I make the most of these rallies and then get out and sit on the sidelines until I see my signal again. And it's as simple as that. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone's saying, where it's going to go. I don't listen to any of that crap. The only person I listen to in regards to cryptos and general information is Box Mining, because he's very good. He doesn't go on with a lot of bullshit, he just tells you the facts. So have a look at futures real quick. So Nikkei and DAX are the main ones that have turned over, and gold and silver, bonds across the board have been up, so that's a sign of safe haven buying. The smart money's getting out of stocks and back into bonds again because they don't see any value. That doesn't mean that the market can't go higher, but it's certainly a warning sign. And look at the yen. Jappy, I managed to pick up this reversal on US dollar Jappy, which was really good, and these just awesome momentum in these major pairs, and just been awesome really in July. You don't really get that kind of moves in Forex very often like that. The whole month has just been on a rip in July, which you've got to make the most of those opportunities when you get them. There's just been like, oops, where'd it go? There, it's just refreshing. So just got to make the most of these opportunities when you get them, and pin your ears back. I didn't expect this in July, to be honest. I thought July was going to be fairly quiet, but it turned out to be awesome. So Fear and Greed Index, so the breadth, according to this one, is quite strong. McClellan breadth is quite strong, which is interesting, but junk versus investment grade bonds, nothing much to look at there. It's it's in the bearish line on the highs and lows. It's in the bullish zone on the NYSE. Put call ratio, nothing much. That's S&P's quite high above its 125-day MA. You can see how it acted as resistance there on that rebound. Then it acted as double support there. The 125 acted as double support there in June, which was a key support. Nothing much there. Bonds relative to stocks. Nothing much. VIX, nothing much with the VIX, as I showed. Fear and Greed over time this level here, what's this level, the 80 level here, this is like a bit of an average level to where we've seen reversals from. So that's a bit of a danger level when you get up to 80 on this index, and it's obviously a buying level when it gets down here like it was down here. And let's have a look at the my breadth indicator is still indicating that the market is in bearish. It's a bear. She's very yawning. It's a bear market rally according to my breadth indicator. So on the regular candles, there's a small breakout. Just show the regular candles. It's a small breakout on the regular candle, on the regular monthly candle there. I use Heikin Ashi, so I prefer Heikin Ashi candles. And it's not yet a breakout on the Heikin Ashi candles yet. So that'll do us 21 minutes. That's long enough for me to ramble on. So anyway, so that's just some of the highlights. Anyway, let's wrap it up. I'm going to get some sleep. Bye for now.